Warm greetings and a very good evening. I'm so sorry that I'm not able to be with you in person to join in honoring the incredible lawyer, advocate, activist, and recipient of this year's Civil Courage Prize, Gonzalo Himiab. I first learned about Gonzalo while serving as U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations. As the political situation in Venezuela deteriorated, my staff and I quickly came to recognize that Foro Penal, the organization that Gonzalo helped establish and that he directs today, was the most reliable source for information about the status of political prisoners in the country. The more I learned about Foro Penal, the more I heard Gonzalo's name. He was never content to simply document abuses. Gonzalo was taking on cases himself, fighting to get people out of jail, and he was coordinating the round-the-clock efforts of Foro Penal's life-saving network of lawyers and volunteers. It's no exaggeration to say that Gonzalo has helped thousands of Venezuelans, from those who've been subjected to politically motivated arrests to the grieving families of those killed by security forces while they protested the corruption and failures of the Maduro regime. In fact, at a time when many would understandably shrink from the dangerous work of challenging a violent and authoritarian government, Gonzalo has instead become one of Venezuela's most vocal advocates for the rule of law, using his position to relentlessly expose the abuses perpetrated against the Venezuelan people. Gonzalo's forceful advocacy for political prisoners and the thousands of peaceful protesters who've been beaten, held incommunicado, and tortured has made Foro Penal a vital resource in a country reeling from years of crises. He's been an unwavering force for justice and accountability on behalf of all Venezuelans. At the same time, Gonzalo's determination and elevated profile have made him a personal target of the Maduro government's vicious campaign to marginalize dissent. It is a testament to his steadfast commitment to his fellow Venezuelans that he has persisted in his efforts and remained the vocal public face of Foro Penal despite years of attempts to intimidate and hinder his work. And while Gonzalo will not be deterred from continuing to speak out, I hope that by recognizing him with this award, the Train Foundation may perhaps be providing him a greater degree of protection from potential retribution for his advocacy. Gonzalo, I nominated you for this award because you and your colleagues at Foro Penal make it impossible for the Maduro regime to operate with the impunity it so desires. You are a shining example, a major and desperately needed bright spot during an exceedingly dark period in your country. For that and for all that you do, you're an inspiration and a reminder of what can be achieved when one person is willing to stand up to injustice in their community. Thank you. Thank you for being a lifeline for people in need. Thank you for your courage. And thank you for never, ever giving up on the fight for justice and accountability. Congratulations on this most deserving recognition as the recipient of the 2019 Civil Courage Prize.